Good morning, everyone. I am honored to be here today to share my research title, A Study on the Characterization and Vocal Techniques of Jiang Ruizhi in the Opera, 贺绿汀. This presentation is part of my broader academic exploration of Chinese national opera, focusing in particular on the interpretation and performance of central female roles. Here is a brief outline of today's presentation. Introduction and significant, research objective and questions, methodological framework, reflections on research methodology, analysis, selected literature examples, initial analytical findings, future research directions, score and performance analysis plan, final summary and conclusion. References. The opera 贺绿汀 is a recent contribution to the development of Chinese national opera. It combines patriotic theme with individual human story, portraying complex emotional states through music and dramatic structure. The character of Jiang Ruizhi plays a pivotal role in the narrative as the wife of He Luting and a symbol of emotional resilience. She represents both personal devotion largely revolutionary ideas that shaped the opera. Her music reflects a wide emotional palette from lyrical tenderness to powerful declarations of loyalty and sorrow. Studying Jiang Ruizhi not only deepens our understanding of female roles in national opera, but also illuminate how contemporary opera draw from traditional techniques while incorporating modern expression. This is particularly important for voice students, educators, and performers working within the evolving genre of Chinese opera. This research has four core objectives: to analyze the musical structure of Jiang Ruizhi's role, exploring how melody, harmony, and rhythmic interact with dramatic action, to investigate the vocal techniques required for interpreting this role, focusing on stylistic interpretation, breath support, emotional delivery, and articulation. To contextualize the role within the Chinese operatic tradition, drawing connection to earlier female archetypes and examining how revolutionary themes shape character expression. To provide a practice-informed pedagogy resource that can support vocal training and performance preparation in the context of Chinese national opera. To achieve this objective, I formulated several guiding questions. How is the character of Jiang Ruizhi developed musically and dramatically within the structure of the opera? What specific vocal techniques are employed to convey her emotional depth, particularly in key areas and dramatic scenes? In what way does the composition reflect influence from traditional Chinese opera, folk song, and Western operatic form? What interpretive and technical challenges does this role present to singer, and how can they be addressed in performers. These questions provide the foundation for my methodological truths and frame the analysis across multiple layers of the opera. The research consists of 5 main context areas: historical and cultural background, understanding the socio-political context in which 贺绿汀 was created, including its themes of patriotism, sacrifice, and collective memory. Dramaturgical study, analyzing the structure of the opera and Jiang Ruizhi's dramatic arc. Score analysis, focusing on selected areas and scenes to dissect melodic lines, harmonic development, and rhythmic features. Performance analysis, examining available recordings and personal vocal practice to observe interpretive choices and vocal challenges. Comparative tradition study, positioning Jiang Ruizhi alongside similar roles in Chinese and Western operatic traditions to explore shared stylistic differences and divergences. This is a qualitative, interpretive, and practice-led study combining both texture and performance-based approaches. The method include literature review, drawing from academic publication on Chinese national opera, vocal pedagogy, musicology, and character studies. Score analysis, cross-reading of musical text to identify technical demand and emotional markers. Performance analysis, reviewing existing video, audio, interpretation, and integrating personal rehearsal observations. Contextual and historical analysis, researching the opera development and reception to understand its artistic intentions. Practice-based research, engaging with the role through vocal rehearsal, journaling reflections, and consulting with vocal coaches. This research uses a reflexive, practice-like methodology, acknowledging that analysis and performance are mutually reinforcing. By placing myself in the role of both researcher and performer, I gain access to embody knowledge that cannot be fully captured by score study alone. However, this also requires context critical self-awareness to ensure that personal interpretation does not override structural analysis. I adjust this through regular feedback section, peer critique, and comparison with published interpretations. A selection of key literature has guided this study. This work focuses on the historical development and ideological roles of women in Chinese opera, techniques of vocal performance in national and folk inflex operatic form, analytical models for interpreting characters in dramatic vocal literature. Recent scholarship on performance-based research in vocal music. Then I will give some examples. Literature example 1, Li Hong, 2090, offers a thorough discussion of the evolution of female roles in national opera. Her analysis points out how female characters often serve dual purposes, embodying personal emotion while simultaneously representing national ideas. In my research, these insights help my interpret Jiang Ruizhi not just as a wife and mother, but as a symbolic figure of moral clarity and sacrifice. Her music becomes a medium through which these multiple layer and project. Literature example 2, Wang Yu, 2020, examining vocal demands in modern Chinese operated composition. The article identified common features such as extended phrasing, dramatic leaps, and the use of modal inflection. This research supports my technical analysis of Jiang Ruizhi's arias, where performers' music navigate shift between lyrical, speak-like, and declamatory styles, often within a single scene. It also reinforces the importance of breath management and expressive articulation in conveying meaning. Literature example 3, Ji Liying, 2080, focus on performers' strategy in portraying strong, independent female character. Her discussion of praising, gesture, and the relationship between vocal line and physical movement influenced my understanding of how Jiang Ruizhi's emotional transformation embodied on stage. Based on early score and performance study, several preliminary findings emerged. Jiang Ruizhi's music utilized mildly inflected melodies that draw from Chinese folk traditional, while following West operated phrasing. There is a strong contrast between her intimate lyrical lines and moments of probably declamation, requiring a transitional between vocal modes. The orchestration supports her emotional journey, often employing instrumental solos and thematic motifs that reinforce her inner voice. The next stage of research will depend the analysis focused by score analysis, performance analysis. In the score analysis, I will focus on harmonic functions and cadential patterns, how they reflect emotional closure or instability, motivate development, how recurring interval and rhythm represent Jiang Ruizhi's emotional motifs, interaction with orchestral texture, how instruments like erhu, pipa, or flute are used to color her voice. Expressive marking including dynamics, rubato, and articulation, size, depth, shape, interpretation. This micro-level analysis support micro-level understanding of the character. My performance analysis will observe how different singers handle emotional progression across themes, the role of facial expression, gesture, and timing in shaping dramatic clarity, variation in tone, color, and vibrato usage based on interpretive intention, common technical adjustment made in live versions, studio recordings. This observation will inform my own interpretive approach and documented through vocal journaling and self-assessment. To summarize, Jiang Ruizhi represents a richly layered female character in contemporary Chinese opera, one that merges personal devotion with ideological symbolism. Hero demands a wide range of vocal techniques and interpretive decisions, many of which are shaped by the fusion of folk and Western operated traditions. The research methodology combining literature review, score analysis, and performer reflection allows for a comprehensive understanding of both technical and artistic dimensions. Here's all my references. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope this presentation has given you a meaningful overview of the research matter. I welcome any questions, suggestions, or further discussion.